let's go back. Azure 14. Okay, now we need to go to the insights and see if we are getting the events right. Okay, we have 132, so we should have more than that. Yes, yes. Yeah. These monitoring tools that they provide, I think they are really good. You know, at work we use Azure, but for logging and monitoring, we don't use these tools they provide. We use another tool. We use Log. Yeah. Let me see if I can find Log monitoring tool. No, I think you can use with many languages because you can use with Java, Node, Ruby, Go, and so if we want to use it with Python, you can use I think a specific library. But if you want to use with HTTP request, you can also just call this API, the API that from the server they create for you, and then you're going to have all of the logs, and then you can query like sorry. Yes. But I think it's paid. So I think we need to contact them. Then they will create a service for us, and then we will have in storage to storage the logs. But it's very easy for example, the product owners to query, like they can query by environments like test environment, production environment. What is the name of the other? Test, production, yeah, staging. And yes, like product owners can just go to the address of the server and the query what they want to query, and we also receive alerts, email alerts. It's I don't know. I think it's just much more user friendly and easier to use than these tools provided by Microsoft. They just seem very buggy, and I didn't like them at all. Like comparing the experience that we have using Log and these tools provided by Microsoft, I just don't think they work very well. So yes, yes, we have more 184. Yeah, they seem to be updating fine, but they seem to be slow to catch these updates. So yeah, it seems to be working fine. And then after that, we can come here to the logs. That's another part of the exercise. We come to the logs, and we can see, for example, custom events. And in the Yeah, in the I'll try traces a bit later. So the custom events we already saw that we see those custom dimensions vault, and then we can see also the chart. And I think in the chapters the instructor provided a donut graph. So I don't know if this appeared weird for you also, but yeah, we need to change things in here. Like I don't even remember what kind of. Let me see my screenshots application insights. I don't know if I put it in. I think I chose name category name. Value intent count is split by user ID, I think. User account ID. Yeah. And then I see 21 dog votes and the 21 dogs vote. So yeah, I think the aggregation type I use it. So, and then we can also see the traces. What would you like to see here at the bio? In the chart part. You were not able to see any logs in here. Okay, and for the chart. And then I'll just, yeah, this one, these traces in here, they just show weird to me. They don't show category name. I know it's name. Okay, I don't know if we have name. I don't think we have the option of name in here like we had for custom events. Yeah. Let me see. And here we have message. Because the cat's vote data comes messed up with this thing in here. So I think we should get only cat's vote, but it comes together with one type of ID. So I think we would. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember when you say in here, right? This one, the ah. So you in this case we would have to delete this one, and then you only see cat's vote in here. Okay. Yeah. So when you deleted this one, you only see cat's vote in inside this message. Okay, that's good. But anyways, it's working fine. You just need to fix these issues that we are talking about. the trace IDs, span, and the query. Otherwise, I think if you don't want to change this one, you will just need to get a way in the query in here to erase this piece of data and just get the cat's vote or dog's vote. But yeah, I don't think we want to waste time with that. I don't think they are going to pay much attention to this. Okay, so now what we have to do is to, we need to auto scale. So we already set up the auto scaling rules in here. So we have outscale for CPU usage above 40% and below 20%. And then, yeah, we have a minimum and a maximum of 5. Just put 8 in here and save. So in this part, we would need to stress the system. So for that, I will follow the instructions in this page in here. So we need to install this install in stress. Yeah, and we will need to be a bit patient because, yeah, I think I can close this for now. We are not using it anymore. Let me go to the home. CD. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Okay. We'll close this one. Close this one. So now what did I do? Okay, so the get update. So now we install the stress library. Oh, library, no, package. And then we stress. So we are going to stress. We're going to start 10 stress workers for 42 divided by 16. 8 minutes. Okay, I cannot do math anymore in my mind because I just use calculator. Okay, so yeah, we are going to do that for 8 minutes and see if our CPU usage. So we do that. When we see a message like this, we press enter key, and after that we press stop. And then we are going to see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stress workers, and then we are going to see the CPU percentage increasing. Yeah, so now we need to do this for the other instance because we have 2 instances. So let's do that. Let me see if I remember the command. That should be. So I think I was in this one in the port 5000, but now I will use the port 5001. Okay, so let's update this. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes. Let's do the same. Let's see if we have I don't think we have this installed there, but yeah, command is not found, so we don't have that installed there. So let's install there. Yep. Enter top. Okay, then we see 10 stress workers, which are going to work for 8 minutes. Let's see in the, let me close this one. Oops. In the insights. Oh my god, I thought I had it enabled. But I think we can see the activity log. And we also can see the instances. Let's see the insights. It's going to take some time to yeah. Yeah, so in here we can see already that it's increasing the CPU usage. So now it is in 55.95. Average virtual machine. I think when it was scaling out, it was put into 3, and then when it was scaling in, it put it to 1. But I just put it 1 in here anyways. Yeah, so it can take about 10 minutes to update this one. And then you can see here, it is creating, we had the 2 instances, and I think now 5 minutes passed since we started to stress the system, and then we see 2 other instances being created because the CPU usage is above 40%. Yeah, so I think now we don't have any more stressors. I think 8 minutes passed already. So yeah, I think I cannot see them anymore. They are finishing already. So if we wait a bit more of time, we are going to see those instances that were created being deleted after some time. Maybe after 5 minutes, I don't know. And then you can see the logs, outscale up completed, outscale up completed. Okay, I think while we wait, we can go to the other topic. Let me see what is. Let's go to the RunBooks, because it's the last activity related to the VMSS. So in this one, it asks us to create a RunBook. Yeah, so when the CPU percentage or memory utilization crosses a certain threshold, then we send an alert to our email, and we also activate the RunBook to run to solve that issue. So for that, we need to create an automation account first. Automation account. Create Azure, run as account. Okay. And then we can go to RunBooks. And in here we have some ready at the bio. Yeah. We also can go to the gallery. For example, browse. If we go to the browse gallery, for example, we want some related to VMSS. I think we have start VMSS written in PowerShell, and enable, disable Azure Hybrid. Yeah, so we can search on GitHub or in the PowerShell gallery. So for example, we could use this one. Okay, so we open this one. Let me see. I don't know if we can import. And the stop is start VMSS. Yeah, and then we have this one in here. We can try to see the source code. Yeah, I tried to use this one, but I don't understand much of PowerShell, and the example that they gave in the chapters of module 4, it was very poor. It was a very poor example. RunBooks run with the PowerShell and the Python, but they don't provide. I don't know. I didn't see any good example in Python. They have a library that uses Python. I think I saved it in my GitHub. In one of the projects that I started, I think. This one, I think. No, this is. I don't remember if I saved it. Yeah, I think it was written by this guy here, Emo or Hiley. Automation account management utility. Oh yeah, he provides an example with Python. Let me see. Stop Azure VM. Stop Azure VM. And you see there are these special libraries in here, like Azure Management Resource, Azure Management Storage, Azure Management Compute, Automation Assets, and yeah. I don't know. I think PowerShell is one of the least used languages. So I don't know. For me, it's just I don't want to use it for myself. I'm not interested in using it. I don't think many people would be interested in using it. And I think this is an example here that he provided is from 2018, and I think it's written in Python 2. They don't even offer examples in Python 3, and the example the instructor provided is a very poor example. So yeah, I'm not happy at all with this. Yeah. Okay, so now you can see we have a 3, so probably it was deleted already. We have one instance that was deleted, and we can see the activity logs. Auto scale down complete. So we scale down 1. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know what is happening with my insights because okay, now it's showing. Okay, but it took a long time. Yeah. So now we can see CPU utilization, available memory, bytes sent, bytes received, but yeah, they do not look. How can I say? Complete, because we started this after it took some time to redeploy. But yeah, you should be able to see them fine. So the tip is right at the moment that you create a VMSS, just activated the insights, because we just activated this later, so we needed to wait a long time. So let's go to the RunBooks now. So for me, I just I use it. I think if I go to my repo, my other repo, I tried to. No, it's this one. Oh no, I am in the VMSS. Yeah, I think I created one for stop Azure VMSS in Python, and a one for stop VMSS in PowerShell, but I couldn't exactly make them work. But I could. I was able to receive the email alerts. I just didn't want to spend much time trying to stop the VMSS, because in the exercise they only ask you to, how can I say, they don't specify exactly what you need to do. They just say create an alert rule, and this would trigger the alert. For example, wherever the average CPU utilization is greater than 5%, and then trigger the RunBook. And then the action is execute the RunBook to remedy the problem. So it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be a print hello hello world message, for what I can think of. But yeah, I just used this example in here. Use an alert to trigger an Azure Automation RunBook. This was an example that I found in the documentation, and then I used this one. But I have issues when I try to run this one here, add as the account, because I think this command is deprecated. So I think they need to update this page of the documentation, and I think I will even open a pull request so they can update this page, and also if they can provide examples with Python 3, because I found out that example in here made by this guy a long time ago, but in Python 2. But like in this example, he uses VM, not VMSS. So yeah, it's just gonna take some time to update it to use VMSS. Yeah, and you will need to understand something. So I don't think it's worth the time to spend much time to, trying to do this. Yeah, it's giving the example that the instructor gave, it's just, yeah, not very happy with it. So, yeah, maybe you can try to take a look at this. I think, the other one. Let me see, deallocate. Yeah, maybe you can just try to do, no, let me go back to the other one. Deallocate. So maybe you can try to do this VMSS stop compute client virtual machine scale set VMSS begin deallocate, and then this would stop it. Maybe only using this command would work. But wow, I try to run everything together in here, but I don't know. Maybe we can try to do it now, but if it doesn't work, let's not spend too much time on it, because I don't think it's worth.